What's going on, Dog Squad? Troy60 back here with another video. And in today's video, we are back with another preview on the channel. Super excited here today. Cowboys facing the Eagles. This will definitely be a tough matchup. Hoping to win. Last one didn't go so well. It's haunting me all night, especially the score. Anyways, before we get into this, make sure to subscribe, make sure to click the like button, or smash it I should say, and click the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. So here we go with the Cowboys-Eagles Week 9 preview. Let's do this, Dog Squad. Alright, here we go, Dog Squad. As you can see, Week 9 Cowboys at Eagles preview. Super excited to be doing this, but before we also get more into the preview, before we get started, remember, we will be live. I will be live tomorrow for the watch party Cowboys at Eagles at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. I have not done one since week 3. I explained that last week. I've been busy. I haven't been able to do, the live streams. There have been some primetime games. I haven't been able to do those. Last week I was supposed to, but I was also busy where I was able to watch the game fully, but I just couldn't do a live stream. So I should guarantee you there will be no interruptions this time. So let's get into this finally. So we have the Cowboys and Eagles Week 9 NFL season. I don't know what the over-under is. Actually, I can probably go ahead and tell you the over-under. I think for tomorrow the over-under is the over-under is 47. I forgot to change that, but Philadelphia is predicted to win by 3. Cowboys are 5-2 and the Eagles are 7-1. So very tough. I did not put the last past matchups for each team. Maybe I'll add that next time. I do know the Eagles just came off a close win to the Commanders that have given them trouble the past 2 games, and we didn't even play the Commanders yet. So the Eagles are already done with them, and we didn't even play them yet. The Cowboys, on the other hand, we are just getting off a big win over the Rams, 43-20. Super excited to see what the Cowboys can do with that against Philadelphia. Just got to keep playing like that, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. When and where? Pretty simple. 3:30 p.m. Central Time at Lincoln Financial Field. And also a fun fact, the next time the Cowboys and Eagles, NFC or division rivals, play each other twice. They play each other at, one away, one at home, and vice versa. Next time the Cowboys play the Eagles, which will be on December 10th, which I believe is week 15, week 14? I think it's week 14, I believe. I will be going to that game. I said that before the season. That will be the game I'll be attending. So super excited. I'll be maybe going live on Instagram, on my Dim Boys reports, maybe my Trail on 3, or Trade Dog 60. I think it's Trail 375 or Trail of 3. That is my Instagram account. I've changed that quite a bit. But I will be going maybe live for some of it. Maybe putting some clips out there on YouTube for during the game. That will be great to see and for y'all to see as well. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the Cowboys, I'm not going to be delusional, but I have a feeling the Cowboys can win this game. I have a lot more confidence than the Cowboys. Sorry, I thought make sure my microphone was on. Than against the 49ers. I was kind of worried, and I kind of decided to go with the 49ers because I was like, yeah, Cowboys really haven't, they're good, and they were dominating, but I don't know, their offense has still got some work to do, and defense was a little too inconsistent. But this time, I have to say, after the Chargers game and the Rams game, yes, I know, they're like in the top 20. They're a little bit they're barely in the top 20, maybe 15 to 20 place in the NFL. But we did a great job, and that's just some people understand. We did a great job going up against them. Our offense was, we had some tweaks we needed to fix against the Chargers, but Dak looked amazing. We were able to get the ball more to Lamb, be able to get more to Cooks. That's exactly what we needed. The defense was able to step up and win. And against the Rams, we were able to do really well. Dak had 4 TDs, Lamb had 2 of those, and the defense, again, just didn't let the Rams score that much. I mean, yes, we understand that it was one 33-3. You let them get the 33-17. That happens. Be able to fight for that. Only let them score 3 points after that. That's a team that can win. We are still Super Bowl contestants or contenders. I definitely think we can win. So 40-38. Type C for the Cowboys. Type E for the Eagles in the comment section below. Key players, groups to watch for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, who's had a terrific past couple games, especially especially after coming against the 49ers pretty bad, especially versing the 49ers and not doing so well. And the Cardinals game, he has made a statement, and we need that to happen today or tomorrow. The O-line has got to protect Philadelphia defensive line. They've got to be able to play today. We know Tyron Smith isn't playing. I don't know if Adoga's playing, so we're gonna have to find out what we can do with this O-line and what we can do to protect Dak, protect Pollard, protect anyone that's trying to come behind. We gotta work on that, and hopefully we can get that going. Run game. Cowboys are definitely going to have to get their run game going against a tough defense. Yes, we've explained, like I explained yesterday. If you did not see my short I posted on the O-line versus the Eagles defense. Yes, that run game is going to have to get going. You've got to be able to protect the defense. They've worsened. But you've got to be able to protect Pollard or Dowdle. Whoever's going to run through the middle, outside, you've got to protect. So do the receivers. They're going to block to the outside. Receivers have to block. Deron Milan, he's had 3 interceptions, one of the most in the league so far. I think he can come out big. Watch out for him because he definitely, with Hurts throwing picks, he should definitely throw a pick, I think, to Deron Milan. If not, it could be Stephon Gilmore. Micah Parsons, I keep mentioning it every single week because he is always a factor of winning. He always helps. He's one of the best pressure in the entire league. He may have not had the most sacks this year, but he has definitely been pressuring the quarterbacks a lot. Got to come up against the Eagles. You didn't do much against the 49ers. No one did. You just got to be able to do that. And then, of course, lastly is wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Get him the ball. Watch out for his touchdowns. I think he can do well like that. Key players to watch for the Eagles. Got it right this time. I'm sorry, there is a blank bullet point. Don't know why. QB Jalen Hurts. We know that he can do well running the ball, passing the ball. We know his stats. Well, you may not know his stats, but I will show you in just a sec. I put it on a post on my Den Boys reports, and I put a post on the community. I think it was last night or a couple nights ago. I know I did the boys reports, I think, on like 4 days ago or something during the week, like I always do. Jalen Hurts is a QB you're gonna have to, if you're gonna have to pressure, you're gonna have to get him to get rid of the ball, and maybe he can come in big plays where he throws picks. He does not do well under pressure. Now he did against the Commanders, and quite a bit this season, but I think he does have trouble against pressure. So I do think but you gotta watch out for him. A.J. Brown, he's one of the best receivers in the league. Gotta say that. I give a lot of credit to this guy. He's a really good receiver. He knows how to play football, definitely. He will tear up that Cowboys defense if you're not careful. Watch out for A.J. Brown because he will get, I believe, more than 1 touchdown tomorrow. The defense for the Eagles, my question is, will they do well? I already explained that they're going to worsen, or they have worsened. The question is, will they be able to stop the Cowboys' offensive line, stop the Cowboys' offense, stop Dak? Will they be able to pressure Dak? That's the question, too. Dak doesn't always do well under pressure, especially in big moments. This is a big moment for him. He's done it before, but he doesn't do it a lot. He's potentially be able to lead this team, I think, further than a divisional round. But will he do it? We'll decide that later in the year. This is a big game for him. The Eagles' defense can get to him if we're not careful. And then lastly, the running back, DeAndre Swift. Yes, this team with Swift is a great powerhouse, especially losing Miles Sanders last year, trading to the Panthers. He hasn't done much this year, of course, because the Panthers, well, they haven't been doing well. He's going to have if our defense, I have a feeling he's not going to have the night we thought he would tomorrow, or the afternoon, night, so whatever you want to call it. I feel like he's not going to really have what it would take, honestly, because our run defense has actually been able to hold. They were able to hold Christian McCaffrey quite a bit. It was most of that pass offense, that defense that kind of was getting burnt against the San Francisco 49ers. I think that Swift, I don't think will get as much as you think tomorrow night. Before we get into this, I do want to explain why I'm comparing them to 49ers is because, well, 49ers was a game that we were all pumped up for. It was a big game we needed, and we got shut out. You obviously, if you're Cowboys fans, know that. We've got to prove that we don't do that again. Anyways, this was posted, like I said. There's another post later I'll show you. I believe it is, you'll get the surprise. 2023 season stats. Dak is 157 for 193 attempts. That's the same amount as Jalen Hurts' completions. 282 attempts. We have ran the ball a lot this year. Now, we know that stuff can happen. Maybe we haven't gotten the ball as much as the Eagles. It just happens if you're going to run the ball. And the running game hasn't been as smooth. That's why we need to trust that. Get him to pass the ball, and we can win this game. Running the ball has got to do better. If you're going to run it, you got to do well. And Pollard actually did well against the Chargers. Actually did well against the Rams. He hadn't had a touchdown. He's only had 2 touchdowns this year. Hadn't had one since the Giants. But we'll get that going. Our offense is getting better. 1,637 pass yards for Dak, and Jalen Hurts, 2,140. That, like I said, haven't passed the ball as much. And, of course, Jalen Hurts may have the better advantage of when it comes to completion attempts, passing yards, all of that. We know that. And then touchdown-interception ratio. 10 touchdowns. 13 touchdowns for Jalen Hurts. Obviously, Jalen wins that. But when you get to interceptions and who gets avoided, who throws in the bad place, it is Jalen Hurts. Dak is not like last year. And there are a lot of other quarterbacks that are worse at interceptions this year. That are bottom, or at top interceptions and bottom and more of accuracy, putting the ball into the receiver's hands of your team. Okay, now we're going to get into what to do to win, or key factors to win. Big thing here for this game is play like Cowboys. I was so upset. I'll tell you one thing. Upset of what the 49 when we played the 49ers. They came out like they were supposed to. Now, we know that they just are not that as good as they were before now. And we just came out like nothing. Just can't do it. You can't do that tomorrow, or else it is going to be horrible. No one is going to trust you. It's going to be awful. You just play like you're supposed to. Make it a good game. Everyone's saying it is. Make them think that and be right about that. Even if you don't win, at least make it a really good game. Don't lose by 20 or 30. Play like your top 5 team. Play like a top 10 team. Play like a Super Bowl team. Because if you can't now, what's going to make you think you can do it in the playoffs? And that's what hurts us a lot. Let Dak play is another factor for this game to win against Philadelphia. You've got to let him play. No more of this, okay, let's throw short. He was been able to do the past couple weeks, or before the bye week against the Chargers, and then Rams, past couple games. He's been able to throw dimes, and not really dimes, but yes, dimes, and also deep throws, bombs. He's been able to do it. They've kind of twitched up the offense a little bit. They've been able to tweak some things, and they've been able to convert on this offensive play calling has been much better. Can you keep it tomorrow is the question. I think they can, but they got to roll with that Philadelphia defense as much as they can, and I think Dak can have a splendid game. Keep rolling with Lamb. Get him the ball. He is your top receiver. Use him. Get him some touchdowns tomorrow, and you'll do well. D needs to come out big. We already saw against San Francisco that they can't do that fully, but they have been able to be inconsistent, but then able to be more consistent throughout the game as they play other teams. They got to do that tomorrow. Parsons has got to come out big. You got Armstrong, Lawrence. They got everyone. They've got to be able, that starting D-line, to come out and play like they're supposed to. Pass defenses maybe got to be a little bit better. But I think if Deron Bland can get some picks, some stops, stuff on Gilmore maybe, Xavier Wood, I mean, it's just stuff that they got to do, and I think they can. And get the run game going. We already explained it. They've just got to be able to do that tomorrow against a very good Philadelphia front. This was the other one. Here's a surprise. Surprise! Last 4 matchups from the past 2 years. I'll be putting all my posts. If I do a post on Instagram and make it on using my software I use, if you want to know what it is Canva. It is not sponsored, but you can use that to make these as well. That's what I use. If I have any of the posts, I will put them on there. If not, I'll just do text here on this software slides. Last 4 matchups from the past 2 years. Dallas versus Philadelphia. 2021, it was a Monday Night Football game. I was watching that, and we won 41-21. I believe I remember coming back from an 8th grade rock climbing, rope course. And I believe basketball practice too. I was tired, but I was able to watch that Monday Night Football game, and we were able to stop the Eagles really well. That was actually the last time Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott met up. The next matchup was when Gardner Minshew was on the team. 51-26 was a blowout. This is Week 18. It was also on ESPN, but it was not a Monday Night Football game. It was one of those Saturday Week 18 games. And the Cowboys were able to get the job done. I think we also may have had Rush, actually. But we know that it was not a Hurts-Prescott matchup. We played the 3 seed. I don't think it mattered. And there. Then, 2022, the Eagles finally won 26-17. It was a Rush versus Hurts last year on Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys have the advantage, I think, of coming back because they have Dak. They'll have a better, I think, offensive play. I think they have more momentum, maybe. They had momentum last year, but they were still lost by 9. Is this a score tomorrow? I would say, I won't like it, of course. But I'll take it better than a blowout. But play your hearts off, you can do it. And then, like this score, if it's like this tomorrow, and it's the opposite side, I can take it. Good offensive plays. You know, and the 2022 game, when last year we played Gardner Minshew. Okay, you were able to go against that defense with your offense. That's great. And the defense, still had A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, all of them. You still had all of them. And yet, that pass defense was able to hold on to the Philadelphia Eagles on Christmas Eve. Third and 30. I remember that forever. T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. That's great. Alright, question for the Dog Squad. Can the O-line hold the Eagles' defense? I want you to answer that. I've explained it. Just want you to answer that in the comment section below. And our last slide are 3 injured players. Actually, there are only 2. I still have to... And man, I keep changing Rams and Cowboys. I've got to be able to change more of those. But I did say Eagles. Eagles, Jordan Davis, defensive tackle, hamstring. Jordan Davis is a very good defensive player, and it's going to be kind of hard if he's not there. But he may... That's not going to change the whole factor of the game. And neither will James Bradberry. Both of them out? Yes, a little bit. But both of them are good. With a thigh injury, now they may not be out. There's some of them are questionable, some of them are unknown. We don't know if they're going to be better. They are injured. Yes, James Bradberry is a very good cornerback that can guard Lamb or Cooks or anybody else. You've got to be able to play well against them if he's playing. Or anybody for that matter of fact. The Cowboys, Tyron Smith once again is hurt with a neck injury. We also don't know about Chuma Edoga. Sorry. Ankle injury. We don't know if they're playing either. I don't really know if it's gonna be a factor on that, but I think you were able to hold on to it last week with that Rams defense with Aaron Donald. I still think it's a better defense. We can hold on to them. Well, Dog Squad, that was a longer preview than usual. I should have stuff to say. This is a big game. Cowboys need to win this. Get the respect more up, and get it back, too. We've gotten some better respect, but we got to keep going. This is a game you need. Prove that you can win big playoff games, and against a playoff team, yes. This is everyone's healthy. Maybe a couple are unquestionable, but this is a full game. It should be no excuses, and if they're going to blame the officials, it happens every game. There's something, but that never determines the outcome of a game unless they've been ruling. And I've seen no really game that's been like, oh, well, it was the ref's fault. Maybe the Browns and Colts or the Dolphins and the Eagles, but I haven't seen anything else. I can't recall anybody else, but there's always something the refs are going to be like blame, but they've been a little worse. But you can't blame the outcome of that. Because most of the game is just skill. Some of it's luck, but a lot of it's skill. A lot of it can happen, maybe a lot can't. That's going to wrap up today. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my videos. And I'll see you next time, Dog Squad. Oh, by the way, I also got my jerseys right here. You see Parsons and Lamb. I'll keep them out during the ball game tomorrow. But I think I'll be wearing another jersey. I'll be wearing my Lamb jersey on the live stream tomorrow because you've not seen it live yet. So I'll be wearing that. Make sure to stay tuned, 3:30 p.m. Central Time. See you then, Dog Squad.